It's day 5 of the monumental rescue operations in Wayanad. This after nearly 330 people have died in Kerala's worst ever natural disaster. Many are still fear-trapped. Well, what the Kerala Chief Minister has said is that the rescue operations have now entered their last stages. This is, remember, the army had also constructed a key bridge that is facilitating the rescue operations. The Kerala Chief Minister also said that the focus has now shifted to the rehabilitation work as well, because many, remember, have been displaced. In fact, there you can see visuals of Shashi Tharoor as well, the Thiruvananthapuram MP, visiting the landslide site there in Wayanad. But as I was saying, the focus has shifted to the rehabilitation work as well. Families have been disintegrated, entire homes displaced. So the Kerala Chief Minister has said that now a township will be identified for all the villages that were displaced in this absolutely horrific tragedy. The Education Minister will also be visiting the site, as many schools, remember, have been destroyed as well as far as Wayanad is concerned. There you can see those visuals of the men behind this monumental rescue operation. You can see the NDRF teams there, also state rescue teams, the Indian Army, which has played a significant role in the rescue operations. Many, as I said, are still fear-trapped. Listen in to what the doctor at a key hospital where most people have been injured, listen in to what he had to say. Alright, we'll try and cue that bite for you, but there you can see those visuals of that bridge as well. And now that bridge is extremely critical given the fact that there is the other side of this site, this epicenter of the landslides, that could not have been accessed by the rescuers till the time this bridge was constructed. And remember, this bridge has been constructed in record time by the Indian Army. NDTV has been reporting from the site as well. Many are still fear-trapped. And what we are showing you right now is also the extremely challenging topography that has made rescue operations also extremely difficult. And this topography makes Wayanad, in fact, extremely vulnerable to landslides as well. There's a political blame game also over warnings, where the warnings were ignored by the state government or not. Remember, Amit Shah in Parliament had said that a warning was issued to Wayanad 7 days before the a tragedy actually happened, and tragedy actually struck Wayanad, but the state government has ruled out that allegation, or ruled out that claim, but that politics continues. But listen in to what the doctor in fact had to say, because many are critically injured as we speak.
Survived the Wayanad landslide tragedy. It has been quite a difficult and a Herculean journey ahead with respect to treatment at the hospitals. Throwing light on this, we are at Dr. Mopin's Medical College, and we have with us Medical Superintendent of this hospital, Dr. Manoj Narayanan. Thank you so much for joining us, Doctor. Doctor, if you can throw light on the condition of the patients, how many patients have arrived here?
As on today morning, we have 52 patients inside our wards, out of which 4 of them are in the intensive care units. Almost all of them are, the whole are stable, and those who are in the ward are otherwise stable, and a few of them are waiting to be discharged because their relatives, or maybe wife is in ward and the husband is in the other ward, or kids are in the other ward, so that they are waiting for others to be becoming stable and getting discharged. In the ICU, we have one doctor from Odisha who had severe aspiration of mud and slush into her lungs, which has been washed out by multiple bronchoalveolar washings. She is gradually improving. Of course, she is having some reactions inside her lungs showing patchy pneumonia, and we are giving her all the necessary care. She is gradually limping back to normalcy, but still not fit enough to be coming out of the ICU and into the ward. Another 2 with severe tracheal injury, they are also under ventilation, but they also are improving. So we had initially about 180 patients coming here, 4 others coming last night from the various camps with certain problems. None of them had a bad outcome after admission. We could give all the care with assistance from the district administration and the facilities available here, and all doctors were available and have done a wonderful job, starting from the emergency room wherein initial care was given and then shifted to either the wards or to the ICUs.
You are a pediatrician yourself, and what are the condition of the many children who also arrived here? I'm sure there must be many bruises, lacerations.
Among kids, nobody had severe injury except for one who had some aspiration of the slush into the lungs. That also was given the care. And one very young infant, maybe roughly 45 days of age, having fracture of the collarbones. So that does not require any active intervention otherwise. Baby is feeding well and the mother also is here. One other elder kid also had minor abrasions. That has been discharged and they are progressing well. Among children, we didn't have much severe or rather serious injuries like adults had.
I'm sorry to be asking you to recount the horror that day, but if you can briefly tell us exactly, what was happening here at the hospital on the day when the landslides occurred?
We had continuous rains, maybe 29th and 30th. And it was just like any other day otherwise, till everybody went to sleep and our ED was very active. And it is around 1:30 early in the morning on 30th that we are getting a message, Tuesday, that there has been a landslide and one among our staff also was involved. Actually, it was our own staff who gave the first call to our emergency department and also to our Deputy General Manager, Dr. Shanawaz.
And my colleague Pratibha Raman is now joining us live. She's been reporting from the epicenter of the Wayanad landslides. Pratibha, over to you. What is the situation as far as the rescue operations are concerned? How many are still missing? The focus now also on rehabilitation of those displaced.
Well, yes, the rescue operation still continues in full swing, and we are talking of over 200 who are missing. Some of the tribals as well as other families that were stranded in the hills of Wayanad region were rescued with the help of helicopters as well as the forest officials and the defense teams that trekked all the way through those hills, and that's how the rescue operation is being done at this point in time. But human loss on one hand, we are also talking of animal rescue also being taken care of. In fact, I am at an animal shelter here where all the cows are being those there in the epicenter of the landslides. In fact, we are just about 3 kilometers from where the bridge collapsed, and I have with me the president of one of the milk federations here. Sir, நீங்க சொல்லுங்க, நீங்க எப்படி வந்து இந்த மாடெல்லாம் அங்கே இருந்து எடுத்துட்டு வந்தீங்க, என்ன கஷ்டப்பட்டீங்க?
രാത്രി ഒരു 1:30 സമയമാകുമ്പോഴാണ് അവിടെ ആദ്യമായി ഉരുൾപൊട്ടലുണ്ടായത്. അത് മുണ്ടക്കായ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പ്രദേശത്ത് നിന്നും വലിയ ശക്തിയായി വെള്ളം കയറി വന്ന് അതിൻ്റെ താഴെ 600ഓളം വീടുകളുണ്ട്. ആ വീടുകളിൽ താമസിക്കുന്ന ആളുകൾ മുഴുവൻ രാത്രി ആയതുകൊണ്ട് എവിടേക്കും പോയി രക്ഷപ്പെടാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. കുറേ പേര് ഒരു 1ാം നിലയിൽ നിന്നും 2ാം നിലയിലേക്ക് കയറി നിന്നു. പിന്നെ കുറേ പേര് അപ്പുറത്തേക്ക് പോകുന്നതിലേക്ക് ആനിമൽസ് നമുക്ക് 80ഓളം ആനിമൽസോളം കർഷകരുടെ വെള്ളത്തിലൂടെയും ഈ ഉരുൾപൊട്ടി വന്ന അതിലൂടെയും ഒലിച്ചു പോയിട്ടുണ്ട്.
More than around 80 animals that had passed away. He saw it in front of his own eyes as they were being washed away, is what he says, at around 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. when the landslides took place. So, நீங்க சொல்லுங்க, நீங்க எப்படி இதோட பாதுகாப்பு எப்படி பண்றீங்க?
பாதுகாப்பு எப்படி பண்ணுறதுன்னா, நாங்கள் நைட்டு ஒரு 1:30 மணி இருக்கும். அந்த டைமில் தான் அங்கே உருள்பொட்டல் வந்துச்சு. அதிலிருந்து அந்த டைமில் மழை நல்லா ரொம்ப வந்துக்கிட்டே இருந்துச்சு. ஹெவியாக இருக்கக்குள்ள இந்த இதுங்க இருக்கிற தோய்த்து அந்த மாதிரி இடத்துக்கெல்லாம் தண்ணி ஏறிடுச்சு. தண்ணி ஏறிட்டு இதுங்க கத்துறதை பார்த்துட்டாக்கும் நாங்கள் வெளியே வந்தோம். வெளியே வந்து இதுங்களை கொஞ்சோண்டு உயரமான இடத்துல கொண்டு போய் சேவ் பண்ணிட்டோம், கட்டிட்டு.
He says that all these animals that were stranded, in fact, were actually grappling for breath because the houses were all flooded with waters. As they were screaming for help, these people reached there. How this cattle was brought here, and this is one of the safer locations here, a much plainer surface that they were brought to. A lot of medical aid as well as food and everything is being taken care of by these two individuals along with their team of people. very, very noble initiative that has been undertaken here. While human loss that we are talking of on one hand, we also need to take care of animals and their welfare as well. Back to you.
That's right, Pratibha. As you've been reporting, animal rescue also being carried out across Wayanad. But also talk to us about the challenging topography